Narayana, 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 Narayana. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The grace of the Guru knows no bounds. The floodgates have opened and it is being witnessed by all of us. As our self blossoms under the showers of bliss that are raining down upon us, quite literally, we dive yet once again to gather some more gems of the 1,000 names of Lord Narayan. So we start with name number 346, padmanābha aravindākṣa padmagarbha śarīrabhṛt maharddhi ṛddha vṛddhātmā mahākṣa garuḍadhvajaḥ. Name number 346, Padmanābha, one who has the lotus in his navel, or his navel is the shape of a lotus, as in the Kunta Stuti in Srimad Bhagavat 1.8.22, Namaha Pankajanabhaya, Namaha Pankajamaline, which is, my respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower. It therefore means one in whose nabhi or navel lies in potential all the possibilities of the universe of expression, the entire vast expanse of the infinite sky, of universal consciousness as opposed to individual consciousness. It can also mean one who manifests himself in the lotus of the heart of his devotee, as in the Bhagavad Geeta, Ishvara sarva bhutanam ṛddeshe junatishthati, which is the Supreme God is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjun, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities. Or, as in the Srimad Bhagavat 2.2.8, where it says, Kvachit sva dehantar, pradesha matram, and so on, which is others conceive of the personality of Godhead residing within the body in the region of the heart and measuring only 8 inches with 4 hands. Also, as in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto, which is I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So, Padmanābha, seated in the pericarp of the lotus of the heart. So, Sri Hari resides in the lotus of the heart of the devotee. In fact, the entire imagery of Lord Padmanābha Swami in the Anant Shayan posture, which is the reclined posture of eternal yoga on the Adishesh, along with Padma Malini or Mahalakshmi doing Charan Seva, and Padma Sambhav, who is Lord Brahma, is as above, because the scriptures say that a lotus flower, Padma, is emerging from the navel or the nabhi of Vishnu, and hence Vishnu is described as lotus-naveled. Now, this means that the stem of this cosmic lotus connecting Brahma to the navel of Vishnu signifies, as we said before, the cosmic consciousness and connecting it to the individual consciousness, the Vyashti and the Samashti. As we know, Ma Lakshmi is also known as Padmanane, Padma Uru, Padmakshi, Padma Sambhave, as in the Sri Sukt, meaning with a lotus-like face, a femoral legion like the lotus, and eyes like lotus, and emerged from the lotus, she is called Padmakshi. So, the material world is like the marshy pond in which the devotees blossom like the lotus, and they stay aloof from the quagmire of temporal existence and bloom since their faces are always turned toward the sunshine of divine light. As in the Bhagavad Gita 5.10, Lipyate nasapapena padmapatra ivambhasaha, which is one who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results onto the Supreme Lord, is like the lotus leaf that is untouched by water, and therefore the devotee maintains his exalted state undefiled by the murky waters of the material world's pond, so to speak. The next name is aravindākṣa. The intuitive meaning of aravindākṣa is one who has eyes as beautiful as the lotus or lotus-eyed, Or it means that the eyes that see beauty and are not connected to the objects of the senses via attachment or hatred. The lotus opens up at sunrise and closes in the night, and the Lord opens up his beauty and grace in the presence of devotees and flood of his grace. As it were, he also dries up in the presence of the dark sensuality of the ignorant. As in the Ram Stuti of the Vinay Patrika by Tulsidas, Navakanja Lochana Kanja Mukha Karakanja Padakanja Aruna, meaning the eyes are like the petals of a freshly bloomed lotus. The etymology of the word Arvind in Sanskrit means Ari, which is the axle or the spokes of the lotus flower, which are its petals. So that is aravindākṣa. Name number 348, padmagarbha, which is one who's being meditated upon in the center of the lotus of the heart, or contained in the lotus. So this is again connected to the last two names. And the Lord, therefore, is being meditated upon by the devotee in the lotus heart, which is where he resides. 349, śarīrabhṛt, nourisher of the bodies. The etymology of the word bhriti means bearing or carrying or bringing or fetching or support or maintenance. And so śarīrabhṛt means one who sustains and nourishes all bodies. Now, it is being sustained through life energy or prana, therefore one who through prana supports all forms. Or it can also mean one who is the form of food and prana, annam brahma, and therefore becomes the very cause for the sustenance of the body. And he who, while presiding over the body, nourishes it, maintains it, and in whose absence the body decays. He is the ultimate substratum and support of all living entities. The body is formed from food, and food provides the energy required for the functioning of the body. Hence, the Upanishad mentioned the body as Annamaya Kosh and Annam Brahma, which is the sheath derived from the food. And the very life breath of these forms sustained by food is Sri Hari himself. Hence, in the Dhruv Stuti, Dhruv Maharaj says, Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam, which is, my dear Lord, you are all powerful, and after entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses, since you are the life force of those senses. Name number 350, maharddhi, which means the great manifestation. The Bhagavad Gita 10:40 says, O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations, and what I have spoken to you thus far is a mere indication of my infinite opulences. So, maharddhi also just means it's completely infinite, or it's exemplary, as in the Srimad Bhagavat 11:16-39. It is said, even though over a period of time I might count all atoms of the universe, I cannot count all my opulences, which I manifest within innumerable universes. Na tatha me vibhutinam srijito nandi kotishaha. So, the great manifestation, maharddhi, now connected with the next name, 351, ṛddha, which is one who has expanded himself to be the universe. In short, one who has manifested himself as the entire universe constituted of all the finite things of the cosmos. The entire expanse of the universe is ṛddha, also broken down as he is full of his own power. Now you can very well see the Karya-Karan Siddhant, or the cause and effect relationship principle in effect here. Because the sequence of the names between śarīrabhṛt, maharddhi and ṛddha, one leads to the other in terms of the attributes of Sri Hari. This name has also appeared before as name number 278, where ṛddha has been interpreted as wealthy, or endowed with knowledge, or dharma, or dispassion, and the like. But in this context, it means since all names have a reference to the context, it is based upon where they are placed, at what time, and in what sequence, whether with what concatenation or in what chronological succession or continuance or progression, and therefore this name here means the expanse. So one who has great ṛddhi, who's ever expanding, amplifying, outreaching, upsurging, replicating, dispersing. Bhagwan Bhashyakar Sri Shankaracharya also defines him as being a part of the illusory creation. He calls it a part of the prapanch, the illusory creation, meaning in this instance, where Sri Hari is in his avatar swarup, he is also bound and held captive, since every manifestation has certain limits or rules. A set of explicit or understood rules or principles govern the conduct or the procedure at such time, as opposed to the Brahma, which is completely opposite in attributes. So hence, ṛddha, the expanse of the prapanch in this instance. The principle of ever expansion is instruction that is also given to the disciple post the conclusion of a study at the Rishikul per the Shastras, but much thought must be given to the deliberate and discriminative approach of expansion versus the random unstructured increase, similar to the analogy of the wheat growing versus crop cultivation when it comes to also population lineage and administration, as pointed out by Pujya Bhaishri. The next name is vṛddhātmā, 352, the ancient self, the primordial with no beginning or end, as in the Bhagavad Gita 2:20, ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano. He's ever born, eternal, ever existing and primeval. The next name is mahākṣa, 353, the great-eyed, meaning not only the intuitive meaning, which is the one with big shapely eyes, but also one who sees everything, all-seeing, all-perceiving, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Aksha means eyes, and Bhagwan Bhashyakar uses this in the meaning of his interpretation. Mahata aksha asya iti mahākṣa, which is one who has great eyes. And they are great in the sense that they can not only see the external objects, but also can see everything inside and out without exception, and nothing is hidden from Sri Hari. Aksha also means axle, meaning he is a vehicle of powerful axles, and therefore Garud. So the great Garud is his vehicle. Mahākṣa also means Garud, as in the great vehicle of the Lord, since Aksha means axle. And in this case, this refers to the chariot by means of a figure of speech where a part is used to refer to the whole. So Mahākṣa means one who has a vehicle worthy of reverence. This vehicle is Garud, the embodiment of Vedas, and is capable of destroying or making fodder of the sansar sarp, or the metaphorical material world, which has been compared to a snake. The next name is garuḍadhvajaḥ, meaning one who has the Garud as his insignia on his flag. The eagle is the vehicle of the Lord, and in the Gajendra Stuti 8.331, Chandomaya Garudena, which is, he appeared in front of Gajendra on the transcendental body of the Garud, because that represents the Vedas, and since Garud is carrying Narayan, the transcendental body carries supreme knowledge in front of Narayan, in the form of Narayan to us. So having Garud on his banner, garuḍadhvajaḥ, this name, if repeated, destroys the sins, acquires in crores of births. The next stanza is atula śarabho bhīma samayagno havir harihi. We will cover this today, but the first two names, atula, which is atulnya, without compare, immeasurable, incomparable, and the Shruti says, for him whose name is the glory of the universe, there is no likeness. Natasya pratima nasti. There is no image of him. He is unborn, and hence he should be worshipped. In the Yajurveda, chapter 32, verse 3, the Smriti, also Bhagavad Gita 11:43, talks about the greatness or the non-comparability of Sri Hari, which says, you are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and the unmoving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master, and no one is greater than you, nor can anyone be you. How then can anyone be greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power? So, for you, there exists no equal, and hence you cannot be superior to anybody since there is no equal. So this requires a little bit of explanation, because a lot of times when we say na tasya pratima nasti, it just means there is no idol worship, and that is completely incorrect. Pratima, prati, meaning pattern or design, ma, meaning none, hence unique or specific, or none comparable in form or shape or mold or likeness, hence Brahma, and hence atula, atulnya, hence incomparable. 356, śarabha, one who dwells and shines forth through the bodies. The bodies are shar because they are perishable, and the life that presides over the perishable body, whose glory is Srihari himself, is the self, the Lord. So the pratyak atma, śarabha, which shines forth from all the shar sharir as the individual soul, is Lord Narayan. It also means śarabha, meaning who is the nature of Lord Shiva, because śarabha, he had once taken on the incarnation of śarabha, a creature with 8 legs capable of killing even lions. This is a manifestation which is part lion, part bird, beast, who has been described as being 8-legged and more powerful than a lion or an elephant, possessing the ability to clear even a valley in one jump. So the Shiv Puran narrate that God Shiva assumes the form of a śarabha to pacify Lord Narsim, the fierce man-lion avatar of Vishnu, worshipped by the Vaishnavas, and this form is therefore known as Śarabheshwara. So, śarabha. Name number 357, which is the last name for today. Bhīma, Bhayankar, all-inspiring, terrible, meaning one who is mighty and terrible to the cruel and the sensuous in the world. Therefore, he always has frightful power over the asurs or the demons or the one who do not follow the path of the Vedas. Some commentators, due to the position of this word in the stanza, also read it as a Bhīma, meaning he is also a Bhīm, therefore protecting the ones who are leading onto the path of the Vedas or those who are good. So, awe-inspiring Bhīmaha or Abhimaha. With that, we end the translation for today, and we will meet again tomorrow with a new series of names. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Narayan. Jai Shri Krishna.